Hey there guys, WolfTeam2008 here, and welcome to another one of my videos. Now, in this video we're going to be talking about the Windows Experience Index. Now, for those of you who are familiar with the Windows Experience Index, it would let you run a little test, so to say, on the components that make up your PC or laptop. Now, this was especially helpful if you wanted to identify your weaker elements in order to make an upgrade. Now, in Windows 8.1, Microsoft have quietly got rid of this function, although not entirely, as I'm just going to show you now. So if you go to your start menu and you type in CMD, now those of you that know, this means command prompt. Now if you right click on this, it'll give you the option to run as administrator. You need to do that, click yes to it. It'll load up the black windowed program, as I call this at work, to our customers. Now if you type in WinSat space formal, this is going to run through the Windows System Assessment tool. And this is basically the same test that the Windows Experience Index was, but running through a command prompt. So you don't get all the fancy visual checks of your brightness going up and down, the plane flying across that funny 3D dimensional terrain, but essentially it is the same test. Now the test will take around 3 to 5 minutes to complete, because obviously it's got to go through everything: your disk performance, your memory, your graphics, your 3D DirectX graphics. So it's not a simple 2-minute thing. So as you can see, at the moment it's currently testing my graphics and my media playback, because there are actually clips associated with this that it does play in the background and it tests itself against them. So while this is doing this, I'm going to give a quick update on my channel. Now, as you know, I haven't put many videos up recently, and this is something I am regretting. And although I am still getting a good amount of money from you guys, with you watching my videos, I do need to put a bit more effort into my channel in order to keep my viewer numbers and my subscribers ultimately happy. Now, this is something I am working on, although at the moment this is a little bit difficult due to time constraints, but I am working on this and it is at the top of my agenda. So at the moment it's just running some assessments on the CPU, just testing the compression and encryption criteria of my hard drive, and also of what it's doing on the CPU chip itself. So normally when it gets to this point, it's going to load up quite a lot of text at the bottom to tell you the parameters of what it's checked on the disk. And after that, it normally means it is done. So hopefully it gets through this pretty quickly, and then we can show you the information that we actually want to see. Because this is just the testing in the background that is kind of relevant, because we need to make it happen. However, to the end user, it doesn't really mean that much. Now, bear in mind, I am running Camtasia at the moment, and it's normally advised to run nothing else apart from this assessment when you want to know an accurate reading of what your system is basically showing you. So this isn't really going to be a fair test, but the beauty about this is it keeps the logs and it will let you compare against previous ones. Now, your first ever one will come up as the initial test, as I'll show you now. So as you can see, when it says at the bottom, Windows System 32, your test has been completed. So if you head over to your C drive, you want to go to Windows and then Performance. Okay? And within Performance, there'll be a folder called WinSat. If you double click in there, and then at the top, there's a folder Data Store. Double click in there. Now, as you can see, all these say initial, so your CPU check, your disk assessment, 3D graphics, graphics media, your memory. But this one is the one we're interested in, the formal assessment, which gives us the overall score that we're looking for. So when you look down, this is the main section of information we want. So it's given me a system score of a 5, which I'm pretty happy with that. So our memory and CPU have come back at both 7.8, which is pretty good. CPU sub-aggregate score is a 7.9, video encode 7.7, graphics 5.3. Now, because the DirectX 9 is at a 5, that becomes our lowest score. And then everything else is pretty much more or less expected of this laptop. Now this laptop is running an Intel Core i7 3632QM running at 2.2 GHz with a turbo boost of up to 3.2 GHz. It's running the Intel HD 4000 and has up to 1760 megabytes of dynamic video memory. It's running 6GB DDR3 memory and with a 750GB hard drive. So it's kind of expected on that, especially with the graphics. So this is the information that you need. Now the techies out there will know that this is a beautiful test to basically check a customer's machine. And also if you're going out with relatives or whatever to a PC store and you want to basically separate the wheat from the chaff, this is a beautiful test to initiate. Now, of course, accessing the Windows Experience Index used to be a doddle going through going through control panel, but this test is the next best thing. Now, as always, my name is WolfTM2008. Thank you very much for watching, guys. And as always, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really does mean a lot, and thank you for sticking with me over these last few years. Until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Bye-bye.